Hi, welcome to episode 81 of the PassionKnit Spinner podcast. My name is Tracy. You can find me as Schnüffelt here on Ravelry and Instagram. There is a Ravelry group for the podcast. Please come over, join. There's a lot of stuff going on over there. And thank you so much for being here. I have a lot of stuff to show you today, so let's just get started. I am wearing the natty top. It was my first one that I made. I've made 4 so far, and I'm sure I'm going to make more because I just love the shape of this. I love the cap sleeve, and yeah, it's a great pattern. It's a free pattern. Just Google natty top and you will find it. Good. So knitting in the past. I have finished 2 things. One of those you've seen before, and it is the Wonder Woman wrap by Carissa Browning. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and it looks like this. It's done. I have not blocked it yet. I'm gonna block it just not to make it bigger. I want to have this curve to just be a bit flatter. So I'm going to do that. But apart from that, it's done. It's finished. The ends are woven in. It's super gorgeous, super nice and soft. The yarn that I used is Travel Knitter. And it is her Tanami 4-ply. That's a baby camel and silk blend. And it's super soft and nice. And Sand Dune was the yellow, and the other one is burnished. And I had quite a bit left. So these are my leftovers. So if you have yarns that are like only 360 meters, you should be absolutely fine. Yeah. So my Wonder Woman wrap is finished. Did everything as the pattern said. The pattern is super simple. You just have to trust it and do what it says. I knit this on a US 5 3.5 millimeter needle, and it's gorgeous. I'm gonna wear this a lot because I like the shape of it. You know, it's like a real, you can do it as a scarf thing. And this is how I wear my shawls. I never wear them the other way around. It's always like this. So, finished. Good. The next thing that I finished you have not seen before, and it is a pair of socks. My brother-in-law is having his birthday in a few days. I have a hair on my arm. It's distracting me. So, my brother-in-law has his birthday in a few days, and I decided to knit him a pair of socks because he loves his hand-knit socks. And here they are. The yarn is from an old Opal club. I do not have the label, but it just says Opal Abo, so there's no information there. It's a German size 45. That's, I think, an 11.5 US. So they are big socks. As you can see, like gigantic. I knit these with 72 stitches, top down on US 2's 2.75 millimeter needles, as I knit all my socks. Slip stitch heel. I do a very short gusset because that's the way I like it. And 72 stitches. I think I said that before. This is what I have left. It's not a whole lot, but it will go in my son's blanket because it's blue. And also what I did for this pair, as you can see, they are super matchy-matchy. And it was actually almost a coincidence because I had finished the first sock on this blue. And as you can see here, I stopped here with the toe and I had started the sock here. So I wound off like 2 meters of yarn to get them to match, because I like it when they are mismatched, but I hate it when they're off for like 3 rounds, and they would have been off for 3 rounds. So I'd rather just wind it off and make it perfect. And they did turn out absolutely perfect. So, and the best thing about these, I need them in a week. So these are done over a week in advance because I finished them a few days ago. That never happens. I'm usually finishing the toe on the day that I need them. So I'm very proud of myself for this. Okay, now I'm just gonna pop it back here because of all the other stuff that I need. So that's it for knitting in the past. Knitting in the present, I have 2 things on the needles. First thing is another pair of socks. I have finished one. These are for my sister, and she has tiny feet. Like I have a 38, she has a 37. So even smaller than mine. And it might not look like it, but these are knit with 64 stitches and they're super slim. But that's the first one. I did them a bit shorter because I am using leftover yarn. This is the yarn that I still have. The main yarn is this one here. It's Drachenwolle, a German indie dyed yarn. And I have knit a pair of socks for the same sister a few months ago, and the finished ones will go for her birthday, and this is my first pair for Christmas. So, you heard that right. I started my Christmas knitting. So this is Drachenwolle. It's a very, very soft sock yarn, and this here is half of a sock blank that I dyed myself ages ago. It was a Knit Picks Bear sock blank, double knit, and I had split it apart, and I have knit a pair of gloves for my sister out of this. So she will have a pair of socks out of leftovers from things that I've made for her previously. So as you can see, second one is not started yet, but this one was so quick. I started it 2 days ago and finished it yesterday. So yeah, these will be done by next time for sure. They're super tiny, like look, they almost look like kids' socks. So yeah, that's the first thing. 64 stitches, top down, zip, slip, stitch, heel, the normal shebang thing. And the other thing I have on my needles is a cardigan. It's the one I talked about last week. It's the Persuading Chain cardigan by Nicole Lupke. And it looks like this. That's the pattern. That's the name. I have to put it back. So I'm quite far into this. This is what it looks like right now. So it's a cropped sweater, so it only goes to your waist. This is the back pattern that you can't really tell, but it is there and it looks great. And I have finished the first front. You know, this is a tiny piece of knitting here. And I'm working on the other front right now. So this is flying by. But I mean, it's a cropped sweater with no sleeves really. So this is going to be done very quickly, very soon. The yarn I'm using is from my friend Sandra. Her shop is called Kunterbunte Wolle. This is her label so far. Not sure if she sticks with it or not. She hasn't decided yet. But it is a 80-20 superwash merino nylon blend. Not the softest, I have to say, but you know, it's intended for socks and not for a cardigan. But I'm making a cardigan and I think it's going to turn out great. I am alternating skeins, even though it doesn't look like it, but I am alternating skeins every 2 rows. So yeah, this is flying. It really is. And I haven't knit on it for a few days in between because, you know, life and stuff. But yeah, this is coming along and I think it's going to be awesome. Good. Now I'm going to put you over here. Now, these are the 2 things that I'm actively working on. For knitting in the future, I have 2 things that I want to do. And I forgot to bring one of these. Okay. One of them is the Marled Magic sweater. I've showed it, I think, 3 times now. I really want to get started because I have an event coming next year in March. I know it's a long time till March, you know, but that is going to take a while and I have so much other things that I want to make. So I want to start as soon as possible. And the other one, I'm going to go and get the yarn because it's right behind the camera. So you are going to see my craft room for a bit. Now, the other thing that I want to make, I want to knit myself a hoodie. All the sweaters I've been knitting recently are fingering weight on US 5s or 4s, on US 4s. So I want to get something on the needles that's going to be done super quick. Because of these started sweaters that I still have on the needles, most of them are fingering weight sweaters as well. So, you know, I want a quick knit. And I've decided to knit myself a hoodie out of handspun. I'm not sure how to show it without everything falling out. So these are the skeins that I've decided to use. They're all single skeins of my handspun. Well, it's not all of it is my handspun, but these are going to be a cardigan for myself. I'm going to show them real quick. So I spun this one. This one was a gift. I have no idea who gave it to me, but this one here is from Plied Together. I bought it because I liked it. This one is made from Rolex that I made, and I spun them up. As is this one here. No, this one was from Fondant Fiber Rolex. I have a Into the World. That's the only 3-ply. Everything else is 2-ply. And I have this skein of yarn that I bought from Laura, who has the Corner of Knit and Tea podcast. And her shop was called The Stash Buckler, but I think she changed it to the Corner of Knit and Tea. So this is from her. So they are all pink or purple, but you know, I'm actually not a pink girl. I don't enjoy pink all that much, and I was quite astounded to find that many pink skeins of handspun in my stash. But yeah, this is going to happen, and I think I'm going to use the Staccato Hoodie pattern by Kirsten Kapoor. So, handspun sweater. It's going to happen. Anti-Moral Magic. Have to start on that one. So, talking about spinning. I'm spinning. I did not stop spinning after Tour de Fleece. I started something new, and it's this one. After first bobbin finished, it's a super thick compared to all the things that I made during Tour de Fleece. It's Polworth. It's from Spun Right Round. This is the first half. I have divided up the second half. This is what the fiber looks like. I'm not the biggest Polworth fan. It's too much like merino, and I just don't like merino and stuff that's like it. So, but it's spinning up quite nice, and it might work well with my cardigan if it's you know, from the weight here. If the weight is similar to what I have decided on using, I might pop this in as well. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. I spin it on a Sidekick, as you might be able to tell from the bobbin. And I just hope it's going to be done really soon because, you know, it's not thin. It's quite thick. It's going to be a worsted weight for sure. Maybe even a bit thicker. But that's it for spinning. I spun one bobbin. Okay, new stuff. I have a bit of new stuff. Not a lot. I have 2 skeins of commercial sock yarn because I had a friend visiting. And we went to my local yarn shop that I never go to because it's not the shop for me. I don't enjoy going in there. But I bought 2 skeins of yarn. Well, you know, I was there and I showed her stuff, so I had to get stuff as well. And I got 2 skeins of Lana Grossa sock yarn just because I like them. So, socks for me, my husband, maybe my shop, I don't know. Now, the exciting things. I received these 2 skeins as a gift from my friend Sandra. You know, the one who dyed the yarn for my Persuading Jane. This one is a normal sock yarn blend, and it will make a pair of socks for me very soon. And the other skein is a merino silk blend, and I'm not quite sure yet what I want to do with it. I might knit another Wolkig cowl by Martina Behm. That's a free pattern in the current issue of Knitty. Maybe that will happen because I could use up all of it and it would go around my neck. Could I wear this around my neck or does it make me look dead? I think I can. So yeah, these 2 skeins were a gift from my wonderful friend and they are gorgeous, like all of her yarn. And of course, I'm going to link to her shop in the Ravelry group. And then I got a sweater's worth of fingering weight yarn because, you know, I'm just all the sweaters I'm knitting are fingering weight, so I had to get more fingering weight yarn because, you know, I only have about 10 sweaters worth at home, so I got one more, and it's this one here. I'm not going to take it out. It's beautiful greens and yellows with a little touch of turquoisey blue, and it is from a shop called Creatina Bloom. She has an Etsy shop. She's a German indie dyer. And I will link to her, of course, in the Ravelry group as well. You should go check her out. She dyes beautiful stuff. These skeins are an 80-20 high twist. So these are super soft and nice. So, yeah. This is what I have to show for new stuff. And I'm going to talk about new stuff and things like that in the end. Because just stick around. So, good. There's no indie of the week. There's no reading, listening, watching because I have not read them. I haven't read a single word in weeks. I have not listened to an audiobook or anything that's worth talking about. And I'm not watching anything except for YouTube videos. Lately, I just don't have the brain to watch anything where I have to think about for a split second. So, nothing there. But I have sewing. I have 2 finished things and 1 thing that I started. So I went to a sewing class. And for the, social part, it was not a good experience for me. But I did get my shorts done that I wanted to make. And I did learn something about myself. So let me show the shorts. If you know me in real life, I come across as very strong, but I'm not, and for me to pick up the phone and call that shop and say, you know what, I'm going to come to your class and I'm going to do it all by myself is a big step because I'm way too shy for things like this. And when I was there for the first day, it was like, oh my goodness, I should have stayed home. This was a bad idea. And I did not feel good being there. And it was like, I had to be there 5 times. So it was always like, oh God, I have to go to that class again because, I paid quite a bit of money for it. So I'd go there. And yeah, for that, it was not the best. It did not build my confidence to go out and do things all by myself. But for what I made, I'm really proud of it. I think it turned out wonderful. The fit is not perfect, so I have to change a bit about that. But apart from that, I think I did a great job sewing this up. So here it is. It's a pair of shorts. I still have to attach a hook. And I have to do a bit of hand stitching at the bottom. But here it is. I know the fabric is crazy. It's like my wearable muslin fabric that I decided on using. It's a stretch a stretch cotton. And I did make these shorts. And they are like real jeans with a back yoke. Oh, you can't really see, can you? Red is just such an awful color. It has patch pockets. It has the pockets in the front. And I did a ton of top stitching. Now, where can I show you the top stitching at best? I used contrasting green thread for the top stitching. I think you can see it here. No, I did not use a twin needle. I did do 2 parallel lines. They fit great at the back. From behind, they look wonderful. From the front, the crotch is too short. So it puckers, not in a very awful revealing way, but in a, I'm not quite sure if I can wear these outside my house way. So that is one thing that I have to change. I have to change the crotch length and I have to put in a little bit more in the side seams so they get a little bit wider. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to show you the pattern because you can see it better on the actual pattern page. This is these are the shorts that I made. They look like this. The pattern is from a German sewing magazine. And this is the back view. I made mine a bit longer because these are super short shorts. But yeah, this is the pattern. And it only goes up, I think it was like 8 centimeters too small for me. Because it's the sizing on this is like stupidly small. It goes to an L. Maybe. So we had to change that. I have to change it even a bit more because it's still a tad bit tight. But yeah, here they are. This is the, like I said, the wearable muslin. My actual pair of shorts that I want to make will be out of this fabric. I have it right here. This is stretch denim, and the color is an eggplant purple. So this will be the actual shorts, and I'm gonna do top stitching, possibly in white, for this. So yeah, and what I learned about myself is that I am absolutely able and capable of sewing more elaborate things. I don't always have to go for the easiest pattern in the magazine. I can make things that are, you know, difficult. So yes, here they are. Like I said, I have to do a little bit of hand stitching on the inside of the hem because I didn't quite catch it all the way around. So I have to just fold it up and tack it down. And I have to attach a hook, and then these will be finished and ready to wear. I'm really happy with it. I have to say, I really am. Especially about how I put it all together, because the main things that I learned was how to change the pattern, and that was not an elaborate thing, you know. She could have just told me on the phone, add it in the side seam. That's the easiest way. Okay. The other thing that she really taught me how to do was to do the front fly. But apart from that, I basically made everything by myself. I mean, I did do everything by myself, but for the rest, she didn't really explain a whole lot to me because it's just, I just did it. So yeah, that's that. And no, I will not go back and take another class. The other thing I made when I came home from that class, from the last one, I was really excited to get back into my sewing because these did turn out great. Then I received the current issue of Fashion Style magazine in the mail. And on the first flip through, I didn't like anything. But then, on the second look, I really like this jacket. It's a kimono style jacket, as you can see in the line drawing here. And I had gotten some canvas fabric from eBay quite a while ago. And I really wanted to make a jacket out of it, but I hadn't found a pattern yet because I needed one that has big pieces because of how the fabric looks. And I made that jacket last week. I started on Monday with cutting. I was with tracing the pattern and cutting the pieces, and then I spent every Kita morning sewing. So I'm going to show you the back. This is the back. And because of this birdcage motif, I wanted to have something that's gigantic piece with big pieces because I did not want to cut that up. And it did work out great. I know you can't really tell because it's just easy. It's hard to show, but yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I managed to get this round motif with the flowers on both sleeves. Total coincidence, because I cut it, you know, with the fabric folded against each other. So that was really a coincidence. What I did take care of getting correct was the pockets. It has patch pockets in the front. And I made sure that both of them had the flower motif. Here's the second one. So the problem that I had, I'm a pear. You know, I have small boobs and a big ass. So I went for a size 40 for the jacket, which is what I need around here. But it it gaped. Like it was closed until my belly button, and then it was just like open, and it looked so stupid. And then I had a little bit of fabric left, like tiny amount, and I just added in triangles. I'm not sure if you can see, but can you? Yeah, sure you can see. I added in a triangle in the side seam to make it wider at the bottom, and that worked out perfectly. It fits like a glove now, I think. I think it turned out great. What the pattern did not call for, what, belt loops? Why doesn't the pattern call for belt loops? You're sewing yourself a jacket that's supposed to be tied with a belt, and you have no belt loops. I mean, you don't need them to tie it, but what if I want to take it off? Just gonna shove the belt in my purse or what? So I did add belt loops to, you know, have it attached. I also added the bias tape on the facing because I like the look of that. I thought that that would be nice. And yeah, so that's my jacket. I did everything else according to pattern. What I didn't do, because I just don't like the look of it, was the folded up cuff. And also I cut the sleeves like 5 centimeters longer, and I had not enough fabric to do a real hem, so I had to do a bias binding to finish it off. And these are like, if they were shorter, I would look like I've outgrown my jacket. So that was like another lucky coincidence there, that I cut them way longer than I should have. So yes, my birdcage jacket. I love it. I know it's quite out there. It's like not a denim jacket, you know, it's like a boom. But I like it. I really like it. I'm quite happy that I made that one. Yeah. It's very thin because, you know, it's just canvas. It is not lined or anything, so it's not a winter jacket, especially not here where it gets cold. But it's like for, you know, fall. It's a good fall jacket. And now, the thing I am working on currently is a peplum top. I have attached everything to it, you know, to check the fit, because I was quite afraid that it's too small in the waist. But I think it's going to be okay. This is the fabric I'm using. It's like this Sakura fabric. The cherry blossoms. It looks like, it does look a bit like it. What you can't see yet, it will have a like a slash in the front, so it will not be this high necked in the end. The back that I just stitched together, so it will, you know, I will be able to try it on, will be open until about here, has a little belt loop and it's open. The open side will have a zipper, and of course, you know, there's going to be a peplum all the way around. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it when I finish it, because right now there's nothing to talk about. I hope to finish it soon because I need to work on a dress for a wedding, but I'm too afraid to start that, so I'm working on this first. So that's it for sewing. It was quite a bit of sewing, wasn't it? I have no cross stitch, I have no weaving, because it didn't happen. And for everything else, I have a few things that are on my mind, and I'm not sure if I should talk about, but I will. So the first thing I am sure I want to talk about, I had a friend over for the last 4 days, and it was wonderful. She visited from America, and I was showing her around and did a lot of road tripping, and yeah, we had a wonderful time together. But let me tell you, talking and thinking in a different language for 4 days straight is very hard. Like, my English is not perfect, but it's not super bad. So yeah, I was pooped yesterday night. I loved having her here. Don't get me wrong. It was a great thing. It was very intense for my brain, because we did have knit club, and I'm not sure what happened to the other girls, because they all know how to speak English, but they were kind of afraid, I think. I'm not sure. So I did a lot of translating back and forth, which was okay, but it was very brain powery. So yeah, yesterday I was just sitting around like this all day long, like staring at the walls. But it was a wonderful thing. So, you know, all my American friends, you can always come. Just come. I'm going to take care of you. The other thing, what I talked about before when I showed my new stuff, I have to do a yarn diet. I have to. And I'm not going to say I'm not allowed to buy anything, because that's just going to work like when you tell a 12-year-old he's not allowed to play with his Xbox when you're out of the house. So I'm just going to try to not buy stuff. If I see something that I like, I'm going to get it, because really, I'm an adult and I can do whatever I want. But yeah, as you cannot see the amount of stuff that I have, you might not believe how much it is, but it is a lot, like a lot. And I have so many wonderful things that I just should use. So I'm going to try to not buy new stuff. Fabric and yarn and fiber. Just because I have enough, you know? So yeah, I hope this will work. And the other thing that I touched upon when I was talking about my sewing class, I come across as a strong and independent woman. And I can be. I totally can be. But most of the time I'm not. I'm quite insecure in my own capabilities and what I can do. And I always like sell myself short, I think. I think that's the term. You will never hear me say, or like very randomly hear me say, I am really good at this. I can do this. No problem. I always doubt myself all the time. And lately I have been doubting myself again, like a lot, even though my husband's like, oh, stop it. You're driving me crazy. But yeah, I've been told that is a normal thing when you have a toddler in your house. You start to doubt yourself, your abilities of stuff. And I hope this will pass, because it drives me kind of crazy. Because I know that I'm not super stupid, and I know that I can do a lot of things, but lately I just don't believe in myself. And that might be a reason why all the things I show on my podcast are like stockinette stitch. Look, I knit another pair of socks. Oh, look, it's a stockinette sweater. So, yeah. Have any tips for me, you know, like to build my confidence? I would appreciate that. So now I'm going to stop talking, because this is going to end on a very, and I don't like that. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to appreciate every tip you have for me regarding self-confidence and how to find myself again, because I kind of feel like I lost myself. I'm not sure anymore who I want to be and what I want to be. You know, like I always knew when I grew up I wanted to be a teacher. I am a teacher, and I'm not sure anymore if that really is what I want it to be. So, you know, I'm sure we all have these little identity crises all the time, but yeah, it would be nice to be happy with who I am again, and just I'm not right now, and it sucks. So just so you know, it happens to all of us, and I hope it's a normal thing. If not, let me know. If it is, let me know. You know, just tell me. Okay, I'm gonna stop now, because this is getting awkward. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I will talk to you again sometime in August. No idea when, because the whole August, Kita is closed. So I have my little tornado with me all day long for 5 weeks. I have no idea how much stuff I will get done and how I will be able to podcast again and when. So we will talk to each other again, or, you know, I will talk to you, because you're not going to talk to me. Some of you do. Thank you so much for all the nice comments and Ravelry messages. I really appreciate that. I read everything, even though I'm not replying immediately, especially YouTube videos, because I have a hard time replying from my phone. I'm not sure why. But I do read everything, and thank you so much for getting in touch. It's very, very much appreciated. Good. Now, okay, I'm going to stop now. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Enjoy everything you do. Bye.